Okay, so we're going to talk about step 2 in getting ourselves to those values-based activities. And we want to come up with a bunch of things that we could do. Things that I've mentioned before for myself are things like playing the piano, coloring, going for a hike. Those are all values-based activities of mine. However, if you're not sure what yours are, we want to get there. So in the last video I did, we talked about just figuring out what our values are and what our important life domains are. And so now we want to figure out if we're actually living by our values in those different life domains. So the first thing I would do is just write down which values you do or want to live by in each of these life domains. So for example, if you put work and education down, so that could be something for me, and if I wrote compassion, right? So I'm a counselor by profession, so that is actually very important to me to be compassionate at work, right? And that's part of my education. In relationships, I might write something like intimacy, love, and kindness, right? So those are important to me in my relationships. In personal growth and health, I might write fitness and mindfulness. Okay? And in leisure, I might write adventure, fun and humor, and creativity. So you can write as few or as many of your values in each of these life domains as you like. It's just really figuring out what's important to you where. And you might be writing the same ones in multiple categories. That's also totally fine. So now, how do we know if we're doing a good job living by these values? I mean, a lot of times we just know, but we can be a little more specific with it. So one tool I like to use is a bullseye. So again, you can definitely find these online for this kind of values work. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick 4 life domains. It's kind of, I guess, your top 4. And you're just going to make them into a quadrant around a bullseye. Okay, and then you're going to determine how close to the center, how close to the target you are for the values you picked for each life domain. So again, so for example, like if I wrote fitness and mindfulness in my leisure category, I'm just determining how close fitness is to the bullseye, how close mindfulness is to the bullseye. The closer you are to the bullseye, the more you're living by that value. The further away, right, the less you are. And I want to make sure that you're really clear that you don't want to judge yourself here. We're not trying to be like, oh, you're doing a bad job or you're doing a great job. We're just figuring out like a starting point, right? Once you figure out the starting point, you can start to figure out what you want to do to potentially move the needle, if you want. But it really can help figure out just fun values-based activities that you're to do in your day-to-day that make life enjoyable as well, right? Even if fun is not one of your values. All right, everybody, take care and keep making the most of it.